New to Batman comics, here are 10 absolutely essential reads, starting at the origin and then going through the really important stuff with his life in Gotham. There are others outside of the top 10. New 52 Volume 4, retelling of Batman's origins, solid. Earth 1, different universe, pretty solid, but different universe, so it's up to you. Dark Knight Returns, for beginners, come on, no. Starting is the easiest, Batman Year 1, an awesome retelling of the origin of Batman, easy first pick. Book 2, go to the first meeting with Batman and Joker, The Man Who Laughs, or The Brave and the Bold, The Winning Card. Both of these, first meeting of the Joker, very horror-oriented. This is kind of the classic, more feels like a follow-up to Year 1, first meeting with the Joker. Your second and third read for this quintessential Batman reading order is Long Halloween and its direct sequel, Dark Victory. Long Halloween's probably my favorite Batman comic ever. Dark Victory is also really solid, and it introduces Dick Grayson, so the Robins are very important to this Batman story. So Dick Grayson being the first Robin, definitely want to give Long Halloween and Dark Victory a shot. And book 4 also has an alternate, like the winning card for the Joker, but Robin Year 1, or Jeff Lemire's Robin and Batman. Again, first year of Dick Grayson as Robin. I think the Robins make Batman special. I don't think Batman would be the character he is today without those Robins. They add a little pizzazz, and they draw the fire, the color, and little drama, and they bring the fatherhood aspect to Bruce, which is amazing. And I think all the Robins have such a special story. It's really seeing that dynamic on point and seeing Bruce start to become a father before he even meets any of the other Robins. So that's book 4. Book 6 on the list is Robin by Chuck Dixon. This is Tim Drake as Robin. Jason Todd doesn't have much Robin content. There's a trade called Second Chances. I think that's their first meeting. I've never read any of the Robin stories for that matter. They usually go over the previous Robin stories up until that point and give you some background. Robin by Chuck Dixon is awesome. Tim Drake really stands out in his own ways, and that's a lot of fun. So number 6 on the list, Robin by Chuck Dixon. And just for fun, Jason Todd is in Batman the Cult, which is an awesome comic. So if you do want to see Jason Todd as Robin, not Red Hood, Batman the Cult. Book 7 is Under the Red Hood. Death of the Family would kind of be necessary reading, but you know what happens. There's one thing that happens that causes Under the Red Hood. I think Death in the Family is overrated. I don't really enjoy it, so I just skip it. I know what happens. Under the Red Hood, on the other hand, is absolutely amazing. Jason Todd's story, turning into Red Hood, his whole story is one of my favorites in fiction, one of the best Batman comics, and very important in history. By the way, another book people want me to put on these beginner lists is Hush. I think Hush is absolutely one of the best, but you get more bang for your buck as far as understanding Batman with other comics. This kind of leads into Under the Red Hood. That's why it reminded me. Amazing comic and great for beginners, but it's not going to go on my top 10 for this one. While Tim Drake is Robin and Damian Wayne comes to the scene, our first introduction is in Grant Morrison's Batman and Son. An awesome little bastard Robin. Can't wait to see it on the big screen. But Batman and Son is a really fun comic. You definitely have to understand where Damian come from and how he came to the scene, so must read. I went back and forth on this one, but I'm going to throw Batman and Robin Volume 1, or the whole series on the list, Batman and Robin New 52. Yes, we met his son, but we did not get to see how they work, their dynamic, and also how Damian actually fits into the Bat family after he stops being a turd. So this is actually really important, I think, and it's one of the absolute best Batman comics. It's probably a top 5, definitely a top 10. Batman and Robin are perfect here. Amazing read and perfect for understanding their dynamic, which is just written so well. And I'll round out the top 10 with Court of Owls. This is going back to before he's met any of the Robins. And I chose this because of the legacy of the Waynes. The corruption of Gotham, I think, is very important. I think these villains were new in the New 52 when they were introduced, but they also added an aspect to Gotham that made sense and it fit. And they are an awesome villain that I also can't wait to see on the big screen. So the whole Court of Owls saga, rounding it out for the top 10 for beginners.